End goals, like, what do y'all want to be? Do you guys want to be somebody's wife? What do you want to be?
Yeah, see, we talk about that all the time on the show. Sometimes I don't really know if I necessarily want to get married.
Do you want to have kids?
I do want to have kids, but I'm not sure if I want to get married.
So why do you, this is my question.
Okay.
Why, do you want to have kids?
Hell no! She always say she don't want to have kids.
We gonna drink. I got too much to do.
What up, YouTube? Welcome back to Total Marriage, where we talk about the total relationship experience. Today's video was a video that popped up on my news feed on YouTube. I clicked on the video and watched about a minute of it and was completely floored by what I seen, to say the least. But while I was watching this video, I was thinking to myself, this is something that I've heard quite a bit in the dating community. I'm married, so I'm not out there in those streets, but this is something that I've heard and seen a lot of in the dating community today. And of course, you guys know the purpose of this channel is to bring awareness to certain differences and try to make marriage popular again, guys. So before I get started in this video, I don't know any of the people in this video. The podcast or the channel is called Pour, P-O-U-R Minds. I'm going to go ahead and get into it. And before I get started, guys, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. And without further ado,
Get into these topics.
Okay.
So you are a relationship. We are very much not. Right. So the first topic
Very
we
much
wanted to
single.
talk about today is holding somebody down and fighting for your relationship versus leaving. Because I'm going to leave. I can't. As soon as I text him, he don't text me back in 3 minutes. I'm like, you know what? I'm posting Instagram posts. You know what? I'm a real bitch.
I'm texting another already.
Yeah.
I know. That's the problem.
The attention. See, that's why we need
That's
you.
why we talking to you, sis.
Okay, so what y'all want to know?
So are you a hold him down? I'm not leaving. We gonna work things out.
Well, when you say hold them down, like, what do you mean? Because, like, what? Like, hold down what?
Like hold down the relationship.
You mean
like
it's
sometimes
depending on
men,
what happened.
yeah, like sometimes
Yeah.
men mess up.
Yeah.
Sometimes men aren't perfect. They might slide in somebody's DMs, or they might be out, get drunk, pass out, not answer your phone call. Like stuff like that. It'll make me put my guard back up. I won't necessarily stop talking to you, but I always just feel like it's so many. Especially in Atlanta. We live in Atlanta. We know how it is out here. So I just feel like if a is not doing, paying attention to me, giving me the time, it's like, okay, you giving your time to somebody else.
Especially in the dating stage.
Right.
I think it's easy to be not interested anymore.
But I feel also it just depends on what type of man you're going for, too. So,
Thank you.
therefore, you have to hold yourself accountable for what type of guys you're going for. Because if you thinking already like that, like you going into a situation where you feel like, oh, he finna be cheating or he finna be with somebody else, then that's not the one for you.
Right.
so I'm glad she pointed that out. Like, it's you have to take a little bit of accountability in that area, because one of the responsibilities as a woman when it pertains to dating is you got to deal with a lot of guys trying to shoot their shot at you. So you have to understand that it is your responsibility to vet these guys. Now, some of them are snakes. I get it. All men aren't perfect, and all men don't have the greatest intention. Some are just trying to get in your pants. But you can't assume that all guys are trash. Now, this is just my personal opinion. The two ladies on the end, they don't really seem like the type of women that would be drawing in guys who are wanting to be husbands. They don't seem like the type of people who are looking for quality men. It seems like they're looking for surface level and materialistic things. Oh my goodness. And that is what they're getting. A bunch of shallow guys who don't really have a whole lot to offer, and they're getting burned in the process. Let's keep going.
End goals, like, what do y'all want to be? Do you guys want to be somebody's wife? What do you want to be?
Yeah, see, we talk about that all the time on the show. Sometimes I don't really know if I necessarily want to get married.
Do you want to have kids?
I do want to have kids, but I'm not sure if I want to get married.
So why do you, this is my question.
Okay.
Why, do you want to have kids?
Hell no!
She always say she don't want to have
We
kids.
gonna drink. I got too much to do.
But why, okay, so you don't want to have kids. So, okay, you a different story. But you,
Okay.
you want to have kids, but you don't know if you want to get married. So that means that you already going to be, you're planning to already bring this child into and have a deficit in their life, right?
I mean, I feel like if I find the right person, we could get married. Sometimes I don't really have a lot of faith
But
in
do you have to
niggas.
find the right person to have the baby?
I do think I have to find the right person to have a kid, but I also feel like I'm in a position where I'm doing things for my own, so I would completely be okay with having to take on that responsibility by myself as far as financial go if I have to.
I don't think that's okay.
I don't think it's okay neither, but I feel like it's the reality of like the
Why?
generation that we live in, because I just feel like that's how most of these
I'm sorry. One of the biggest things that I find an issue with what she just said, the lady in the black jacket, she said that financially she feels she's in a position to take care of kids. Like, money is the only thing that is needed in a child's life in order for it to survive. You have to teach this child. You have to, like, there are so many different things involved with raising a child. And I'm not sure. I think it's what, $250,000 or $275,000 or something like that is the cost of raising a child in America. And based on what she's saying, and there's this idea that men aren't needed in a child's life, where she thinks that, oh, and again, this is just my opinion, she's going to put him on child support. She's going to milk him dry because she made a poor decision and laid down with a guy that she didn't even feel was worthy of being married to, but in a sense will lay down with the guy and have a child with the guy. Having a child is way more important or way more of a responsibility than getting married. But just listening to what she's saying, I feel like she's getting caught up in this generation of men aren't needed or men aren't valuable enough in certain situations to where she doesn't even see the importance of being married and raising a child in a two-family household. But she does see that it's okay or think that it's okay to have a child by a guy that she doesn't even think that is worthy of being married. Make it make sense.
I do.
No, those are the niggas that you going after. You got to find somebody that's going to.
But I don't really be going after nobody. It be the people that be coming after me. I don't go. If we being honest, like, I don't go chase these niggas. Even the niggas that be trying to talk
Well,
to
not
me.
necessarily go after, but I'm saying like these. Obviously, if you're giving your attention to these people, then you know what I'm saying. That's what's going. You know, but I just feel like women, we have to take accountability as far as like where we're giving our attention to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The type of man that we're giving our attention to.
I agree.
I think I want, me personally, I want marriage to be a thing again. You know, I want women to feel like they should be able to get married because y'all deserve that. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I want it to be a thing again too. I talk about it all the time on the show, how I grew up in a 2-parent household. My parents were married my whole life, but I just feel like niggas don't be built like how my daddy was no more. They really don't.
But I'm sorry for stopping this video so much. Are you built like your mother? If your mother was the type of woman that you are right now, and she had a father, and you had a father that you respected and that the mother respected also, I completely understand where you're coming from. But a few generations ago, men and women were operating in a way that worked best for them. I feel like this generation of people these days are doing what works best for themselves. So you're making a statement saying that men aren't like your father used to be, but you're not like your mother used to be. If you're living, because she seems like one of those women that she wants to be kept. And if you are living a life where you want a man to take care of you, he's supposed to be a traditional man. He's supposed to be the provider, the priest, and the protector of the entire relationship. What are you doing to mesh with what he's bringing into your life? Like, call it shallow, call it what you want, but if you expect for a man to provide for you to where you don't have to work or do certain things, can you cook? You know, like, can you clean? Or are you a loving and supportive and the type of person that can nurture a family and all these different types of things? Or are you just expecting what you want and you're not expecting to put anything else out into the world? Man, oh man.
I feel you, but there are some dudes out there that's built like that, and it's gonna take time, but
you can find one.
But time is kind of ticking.
It is.
I guess I just feel like it just be crazy because me being a single woman, literally, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like half the men that are in my DMs be married.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, is this what I have to look forward to? Like,
So let me ask you something. Do you think that all men cheat?
I do.
We both do.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We're tainted. We are. This is a counseling session.
It is.
We are tainted.
All men don't cheat.
Yes.
I'm gonna say
You
that
want
right
a
now.
shot here? Bop down.
All men don't cheat.
Okay, I will say this. I have been in situations
But do you
where
feel like all men have cheated? Because that's what I mean when I
so
say
this is what I'm gonna say.
cheaters.
Like, this is what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
When you find like, okay, so do I feel like all men have cheated probably prior into like in their early relationships?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't
Okay.
know. I can't speak for all men in all
Right.
relationships.
Right.
I can only speak on the experiences that I've been through. But I will say this, like the relationship that I'm in now, our problems are not infidelity. Our problems are
I know
not
that's
who
right.
you are not. It's not about who DMs you in and who's in your DMs and da 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 da. We don't have those problems. Our problems is you were supposed to upload that content or we were supposed to get work. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Goals.
Right.
That's our problems. But that's that's because we understand each other. And I feel like, but the problem is nowadays though, a lot of girls don't even get to know these guys that they're trying to pursue either. So it's both on both ends. Like nobody's trying to really get to know each other. Everybody just kind of dating people for what they see and what they got.
Right.
Me and my boyfriend, we were best friends, and honestly, we didn't even like each other. Like never
So
even
how long
imagined.
y'all friends before y'all started dating?
We probably been friends maybe like 7 years or so, 7 to 8
damn.
years.
Wow, yeah.
7 to 8 years. I met him maybe in like what 2012, honestly. So realistically, like honestly, almost about 10 years.
Right,
Yeah,
y'all were
realistically.
friends
So,
for a while.
Yeah, we've been friends for a while. So that's what I'm saying. So it's like, but we don't look at it as like he knows like okay, say this like if one of us hurt each other, it's not hurting our boyfriend or girlfriend. We hurting our dog. Like you know, that's my partner. Like you know, like that's my best
I feel
friend.
what you're
I feel
So
you.
it's a different type of situation, but you got to get to know these people.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that a lot of women or men be getting to really know, like, okay, well, what's your flaws or what are you damaged by? You know, like why you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Why do you think that all
Right.
men cheat?
Well, we do say like the type of men that you're supposed to date. Like you supposed to date somebody that has ambition, that can do stuff for you. But
Right.
a lot of things get misconstrued on this
Yeah.
podcast because a lot of times people think we're saying like you're supposed to have everything needs to be transactional, and we do not condone
No, yeah, we
that.
don't
Right.
subscribe
Like,
to that.
because a lot of women nowadays want like transactional things, like you have to do A, B, C, D, E, F, and it's like.
With me,
Right.
and if you're not doing it, I'm not gonna. F with you.
Right. So I feel like a lot of times, you know, women go into relationships and they need somebody to like take care of them. They're looking for somebody to be.
This is my personal opinion. I don't think that a lot of women are looking for someone to save them. I feel like with these two women specifically, the one in the yellow and the one in the black, it seems as though so there when it comes to picking guys, there are two different types of ways people choose. You either meet someone's physical criteria, you know, they're 6 foot, they got abs, the big eggplant energy, you know, and he's one of those type of people, but he's a bum. Or you can have someone who you do not find as attractive and you're expecting those certain things from them, like, okay, well, he needs to be, that's when you start going into all of the transactional things. He needs to make a certain amount of money. He needs to do all of these things. So that's why you run into these situations where you'll have a lawyer or a woman who's making a tremendous amount of money and she's in a relationship with a drug dealer because he's feeding a certain urge that she has that she can't get from the typical good guy. So I don't think that the majority of women are looking for transactional things from men. I think they're looking for those transactional things from people who don't meet their physical criteria. Let's go on.
Doing in
Right.
return.
Right. See,
Yeah,
you
I
told
mean,
y'all.
I say that all the time.
What
on
type of
trial.
woman are you? I want to know. Like what you would do if you're in a relationship. Like what you do.
What
like,
you mean?
Like what can you bring to the table?
I feel like I make my own money. I'm bossing up. Like I got my own shit going on. That's what I can bring to the table. Plus, I'm a loving person. I'm gonna take care of the household. I'm gonna make sure shit's
Can you
straight in the
cook?
house. Absolutely.
Do you
Shit,
suck?
shit,
Do you suck good?
I do
you have
suck
good?
dick. I was fucking contest a few
I'm
years
the
ago.
number one head doctor.
Not a.
We got video
Well,
footage.
she got proof.
It was a deal though. It wasn't a real
Okay.
dick.
Okay.
It was
Now
a,
me on the other
What about
hand, I'm gonna order your hookah. How you want your steak cooked? You want me to make dinner? I'm gonna make a reservation. Okay, no, wait now. Wait, calm down. Because I feel like a lot of times in relationships, you know what? You want somebody to clean, I'm gonna call the maid. You want somebody to cook, I'm gonna call the chef. But you need somebody to talk to, I'm that girl.
So you were listening ear.
I'm a listening ear, but I am a
Okay.
good friend. Like, honestly, because you know how I am.
So you feel like that's what you bring to the relationship. You a
Yes,
good
because
friend
it's more
to your
the money.
nigga.
Who cares about money? Like
Okay.
whatever, the money coming in, like all that stuff is superficial.
Right.
Like okay, yeah, you can make some pasta. Like it's a lot of out here cooking, but they don't make good partners. And a lot of men, that's what they do. They want to be like, oh, can you cook? Can you clean? Okay, but what else?
Right.
There's more to being a woman than that. And I feel like that's what people have watered being a good woman down to is cooking and cleaning. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like this. No, I definitely agree. But I also feel like this when women are constantly like, oh, you got to give me something. You got to get those type of women. It's
Right.
also like, okay, well, what can you bring to the table?
Right.
Because if you not like a lot of women, like say for instance, we can get to the whole bills thing. Do you think that a man should pay all your bills
Not if you.
are we living together or are we not together?
if y'all living together? You think you should pay your bills?
I think that he should be taking care of like the rent, mortgage, and I'll take care of the small. That's what I think is fair. That's how I've done in my past for situations. Because
Okay.
I've lived with a man before.
Okay.
So he was taking care of the things and I was doing the smaller.
I feel that way. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
You feel like he should take all our
Yeah,
bills?
because if not, then I could just live by myself like I'm already doing.
Yeah, but you gonna set yourself up to get kicked out too.
Oh, what you mean? How?
Because I feel like this. I don't believe that.
Okay, what do you think? So you think
I
you should
think
split
that I
things?
feel like whatever works for your. First of all, let me say this because I know that they might get.
You know what I find interesting about that? Earlier in the video when she was asking, what do you bring to the table? her response was she make her own money and she has all of these different things that she can bring to the table for a man. And now she's saying that she expects for a man to pay all of these, pay the mortgage, pay the rent, and pay all of these bills. So you can't be bossed up and a boss and expect someone to take care of you. Those two things don't make sense. So when you're asked a question, what do you bring to the table? You can't start throwing out money, degrees that you bossed up, that you have your own, and the person that you're planning on being in a relationship with can't benefit from any of the things that you bring to the table. It doesn't make sense. So if you're bringing money to the table and the guy that you're wanting to be in a relationship with is bringing money to the table, if he cannot benefit, or you're not expecting him to benefit from what you're bringing to the table without feeling like you can just live on your own and do your own thing, that isn't anything that you're bringing to the table. Usually whenever this question gets asked, like me personally, I'm be expecting for a feminine woman who is trying to pursue a masculine man, or vice versa, whatever it is, for a woman to say, you know what? I'm respectful. I know how to let the right man lead, because all men don't possess that quality. I know how to let the right man lead. I'm in control of my emotions. I know how to take accountability when I'm wrong. Those types of things that men actually care about. They're more, they're less, whatever you want to call it, but putting those things out there, because a lot of people say, I can take care of the household, but as you just seen, I'll hire a maid. How you want your steak cooked, I'll get someone to come out here and cook it. Like, you're not doing anything. So pretty much what you're saying is, if the man is going to be using all of his money to take care of these things, you are just going to be the middleman between his money and the things that he needs to get done with the household. Let's go on.
This misconstrued. Whatever works for you, it works for you. But there's a lot of women that are missing the point stuff here. At the end of the day, if you live with a man, that's okay, right? But if you're putting all this responsibility, it's so many women that's like, oh yeah, he should pay all the bills. Okay, so what are you doing? So that's when it comes into, okay, well, what are you doing for him? Oh, I can. Even the basic factors are cooking, cleaning, taking care of the household, right? Mm-hmm. Or taking care of the kids, or whatever the case may be. But then you have all these women talking about they got their hand out, but baby, you don't even know how to cook. Right. And even if you do know how to cook, your food is nasty. That's why he going to his side getting the other meal.
I'm not gonna lie. Ankles be swollen a little bit after I finish cooking.
But I'm saying, no, I'm not saying. But if you're willing to learn how to cook, then okay. But I'm saying, but you don't think that all men should pay all the bills.
But I will say, because the responsibility of running a household, especially when you're dealing with a BDB, that's a lot. So you gotta run the household.
She lying. She do feel like she's supposed to pay all the bills.
No, I said he's supposed to pay, like, because honestly, that mortgage, that rent, that's shit a lot. You're supposed to pay the big bills, but like the little stuff, I'm gonna make sure the house is run straight. If I'm buying groceries, $200, $300 a week, whatever, I can go get that. That ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Paying the light bill, paying the water bill is going to be taken care of, because that's little stuff compared to the big that he got handling. As long as he knows he can come home, his lights is on, everything is good. You're supposed to make life easier. I do agree with that.
Well, I think that's doing what we do. Yeah, making sure the lights stay on.
But then you got girls that claiming, oh yeah, I cook, I clean. You don't clean. Your room is dirty as hell.
I absolutely agree with that.
She actually
that the other day and went viral for this. I was like, if you don't keep your house clean, you're not a bad bitch.
You're not a bad bitch.
You can't be a bad bitch. Like, what if I have depression? And
I'm gonna end the video right there. There was one other thing I wanted to point out. Earlier in this video, she said something about she won a eggplant sucking competition, and she also says something in the same sense of men aren't like her dad used to be, or men aren't built like her dad used to be. I can almost guarantee you that you aren't built like how your mother used to be, because one, you seem like the type of person who is very drawn to a lot of attention, and I'm pretty sure your mother back in the day, she might have been doing a lot of things, but she wasn't on the internet sucking marbles through straws and, posting pictures of her feet on OnlyFans, and out here with your dad just being completely okay with that. And you're wondering why you got a bunch of guys in your DMs sending you all of these messages and a bunch of guys cheating. Like, doing those type of things, those really aren't the characteristics of a person who is looking for a husband. You're going to draw horny male attention, and the vast majority of the time, that's all they're going to want. Like, unless you can convince them otherwise, if you give them attention, you give them a time, they're going to hurt you in some form, some fashion. Guys, that's the end of the video. What are your thoughts on this? I feel like it's a topic and there's definitely a conversation that needs to be had around it for sure. But what do you think about the topic? Do you think this is the mindset of a lot of people who are dating in this area right now? And for all of the single people out there, do you have any hope whatsoever for the dating community right now? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do me a favor, again, if you haven't done so already, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. And as always, thanks for watching.